Hey, this is Paul with KPDD, and I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of the Confirm app. This is an app that we've designed to allow buyer agents to be able to request confirmation of buyer agent compensation and then track those responses. And also, it allows a buyer's agent to get a written agreement from a buyer prior to a showing. So really what we're trying to do, make it way easier for buyer agents to navigate the changes from the NAR settlement. So here's how you access the app. First thing you're going to do is open your browser. In this case, I'm just going to use Chrome, and here we are. So once I get in there, I'm going to type in confirm.kpdd.com, and that's going to take me to the login screen. Now, if you've not accessed it before, you're going to need to request access. You can see the button at the bottom of the screen, and it's a simple Google form. You're going to want to go through and enter all that information in. Now, what we do is we actually verify this data, and we make sure that the user is a licensed real estate agent. So I'm going to just put in my contact information here. And once you do that, it's going to ask you also, just FYI, for your brokerage state and your license number. So you just need to put the state in which you're licensed as well as your license number. Hit submit, and you'll get a notification here that we will request or that your response has been received and that we will review your application. So once your application has been approved, and I'm just going to approve that application here, you will receive a text message, and that text message is going to say that you can now set up your account. So that just means that you've been approved. I'm going to go back to confirm, and I'm going to log in using the number that I put into the sheet. So 706-617-0100. Once I do that, it's going to send me a code, and here's my code right here, 821860. Going to go ahead and put that in. And that should give you access. So you're going to have to sign an end user license agreement in order to use the app. This basically just says we're not going to use or share your data. And then you need to enter your brokerage. When you enter your brokerage, make sure you put it in the format that you would like to show up on the buyer agreement that we've created. So if you click submit, I'm now at the dashboard. Now this next step is really important. So I just want to emphasize this is a super important step. You want this page to act as an app on your phone. So what you'll need to do is share this to your home screen. So I'm in Chrome. It's going to be at the top right, the share button. If you're in Safari, it'll be in the bottom middle. But I'm going to click the share button. And when I do, I'm just going to send it to my home screen. So right here in the middle on an iPhone, you can see add to home screen. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click add. And there it is, bottom right. So I can now click the confirm app to access. And may have to refresh. I'm going to do that real quick. And here we are. So I'm going to log in by SMS once more. Enter the code. 825517. And okay, now I'm in and I'm actually in the app on my phone. So there are two types of requests, like I mentioned. The first type is the option to allow you to request compensation information for the buyer's agent from the listing agent. So I'm going to enter in the listing address. It's important that you allow the app to access your current location so that it can populate addresses. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in a made-up address here. I'm also going to put in the agent's name. I'm just going to say his name is Paul Smith, the listing agent. And I'm going to put in Paul Smith's phone number and add the listing. A couple things are going to happen. It's going to send Paul Smith a text message requesting confirmation of the buyer agent compensation, and it's going to show up here on your dashboard as a pending request. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of pretend like I'm the listing agent, and I want to show you what their experience is going to be. The bottom of this screen, you see a text message. This is the text message the listing agent will receive. Paul Fincher is requesting confirmation. They give the address, and then they have 24 hours to respond to the request. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that. Again, this is the experience from the listing agent side. It's going to give me the address of the requesting, the agent that is requesting, and I'm going to go ahead and enter that information in. Once I do that, what's going to happen is back on the buyer agent side, so I'm going to go back to being the buyer agent now, If I go back over here, I can see that my request is pending. I'm going to just refresh a couple times here. And when I do, I can see now that that has been confirmed, and it gives me the buyer agent compensation amount that was entered by the listing agent. Just another quick little tip. If you click on the address, it'll give you IP addresses and timestamps when that was actually received by the agent and when they confirmed it. Now, to go back to your dashboard, you're just going to swipe on the left side of your screen, just like that right there. And now I'm going to show you how to get a written agreement from a buyer using the Confirm app. So similarly, you'll hit New Request. Once I'm in here, I want to click Confirm Agency. So now all I have to do is enter the buyer's information, 706-617-0100. Again, I'm going to be the imaginary buyer in this situation. Submit request, same thing. It puts it on your dashboard. And the buyer now will get a text message. And it's going to read this: Paul Fincher's requesting confirmation of a temporary agency / showing agreement. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And this is the buyer's experience. So the buyer will need to put in their contact information. They will need to agree to sign electronically. And then they're going to have the opportunity to sign this agency agreement. Now, this agency agreement is super, super weak. It's non-exclusive. It can be terminated. It's 14 days. It does not obligate the buyer to pay you anything. The hopes would be that you would get this in order to be compliant with the NAR settlement. And then after showing a house or two, you'd be able to have a more formal and robust buyer agency conversation and enter into a more long-term exclusive buyer agency agreement. But please defer to your broker for any guidance on that. Now, if I'm the buyer, I'm going to click sign. Once I do that, it's going to give me the opportunity to download that document and save it to my files if I wanted to do that. But let's see the experience from the buyer agent's perspective. So the buyer agent will actually get a text message. You would get a text message letting you know that it has been signed. And then I'm just going to refresh over here again a couple times. And once I do that, you can see now that it's been confirmed. It changes the title to the buyer's name. And what's really great here is if I click on the buyer's name and I go to the agreement, I can actually open up a separate tab that will download that agreement in a PDF form. So you can put that in .loop or whatever contract system you want, or shared file, however you want to save that information, just in case someone from NAR or your board ever asks you to present it. So we hope this is a really helpful tool. We're giving a week of usage away for free, and then there'll be a small monthly fee after that if you desire to use it. If you have any questions about the app, you can email tech@kpdd.com. And if you have any questions that relate to agency or license law, please refer to your broker. Thanks so much.